Very good. Move on to IRS, and this is, I know you've come out staunchly opposed to the IRS, you want to abolish it, and currently there's a situation up in Plainfield, New Hampshire with Ed Elaine Brown, and these people are simply asking the government to show them the law that requires them to pay income tax on their labor, and instead of the government showing them the law, they send a bunch of U.S. Marshals with guns and urban assault vehicles. And I'm wondering, what do you think this tells us about the IRS and the legality of the income tax?
Well, it gives you the perfect reason why we have to get rid of this monster, because of what has happened. And a lot of individuals have taken the IRS on, and some of them have suffered from it. It sounds like they may be on the verge of suffering or already have suffered.
Mr. Schiff, for example.
Yeah, you go to prison, and what they're doing is they're standing up for the law, because the law is the Constitution. Other individuals have done this on the monetary issue. That Federal Reserve notes aren't legal tender. Gold and silver are legal tender, and they go and fight this. So you fight it at your own risk, because it's civil disobedience according to their system. It's weird that you're breaking the law when you're obeying the Constitution, but that's the point we're at. So in many ways, people who point this out and fight the tax code and fight the monetary system are heroic. I mean, I gave a speech on the House floor just recently and called them the true patriots. But I also point out that it's risky business, and I compare them to people like Gandhi, who's willing to speak out and have and try to bring about change in a peaceful manner. Martin Luther King fought laws that were unfair and unjust, but he suffered too. But it takes people like that to stand up and talk about these things and point it out, instead of us all being zombies and just going along. And it is easier to go along with the system, because just the idea of how many times have just about all of us given up our Social Security number?
Sure.
I mean, I give it up. I shouldn't do it on some of those occasions, but I have a bill in Congress that would emphasize the fact that Social Security numbers should never be used as an identifier, because that's the law of the land. That's the way it was started and still in the code. But it's universal. It's going to be tied to our national ID card, which is our driver's license. So it takes people like the Browns to stand up and bring this to attention. But it's risky business, because government is so omnipotent.